there! Today we're going to be making body scrubs. We're back in my kitchen. We're going to be using a few kitchen essentials to make a simple body scrub. I've got a couple of books here. Wild Beauty has some good recipes. Natural Beauty has a couple of really great recipes. And there's tons more available through the library and through ebooks. Check them out. Here we have all the items you'll need and a couple of optional items. A small mixing bowl, measuring spoons, and a spoon to stir it with. This is an optional item. A zester, microplane zester for either lemon or orange zest. The items you'll definitely need are a sugar. I have more of a refined sugar and then more of a coarse sugar, depending on how scrubby you want your scrub. And then option of coconut oil or grapeseed oil. And then I have a couple of books from the library with a couple different recipes in it, and I'll make sure that those are available, the links to those as well. So the first step is to measure out your sugar, and as I said in the lineup of your ingredients, you can use whichever kind of sugar you have on hand. Some of the recipes call for brown sugar. I have a big jar of white sugar, and this is an unbleached white sugar, but any refined sugar works. So if you want your scrub a little extra scrubby, you can use the more chunky or raw sugar. So that is up to you and what you have on hand. So I'm going to measure out my sugar, and today I'm going to use a mix. I'm going to do half of each, so it doesn't get too coarse or too fine. So I'm going to half the recipe that the video calls for and use a 1/4 cup of each kind of sugar. So I'll measure that out and pour it in my bowl. So I have my 1/4 cup of white sugar, 1/4 cup of raw sugar, and I'm going to put that in my bowl. And next step is it calls for 1/8 of a cup. I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of oil. So here's my sugar, and I haven't added my oil yet. So before I add the oil, I'm going to just give this a stir to combine it and get it all blended together nicely. So then I'm gonna choose coconut oil this time, and it's been in my pantry, so it's nice and soft. So if you choose to use coconut oil, sometimes you might need to warm it up either to room temperature or even a little bit past that to get it really smooth and a little more liquidy. Coconut oil tends to solidify when chilled. So I'm going to put in my 2 tablespoons and see how that feels. This recipe is really nice because it is very flexible. You can use what you have on hand, and you can fudge the amounts if you don't have exactly the amount it calls for. And also the additions are totally customizable for your desired scent and, again, what you have on hand. So I'm just going to blend this by hand, but if you like, you could put this in a food processor or blender if you have that available and you want to wash it up. Sometimes I don't like using stuff that I have to then wash later. I like to keep it nice and simple. So I'm going to stir that up and then decide what I want to add next. So here is my mixture blended together, and if you feel it, it feels like a coarse, wet sand. Not the really nice, fine sand that you would find on beaches. A little bit more scrubby on the skin, which is a good feeling for a body scrub. So right now it's unscented. I did the coconut oil, but my coconut oil doesn't have a strong scent. So I'm going to need to decide what I'm going to add. So I have a vanilla paste. I have a homemade vanilla extract. I have a lemon essential oil. And I also have a couple of different fruits that I could add the zest to this. So I decided I'm going to go with lemon, and I happen to have some lemon essential oil. And this is great for cooking with, I add it to my water sometimes to add just a little extra zing to my water. And an option would be to add this lemon zest, give it even more lemon potency. So I'm going to just add a couple of drops, give this a stir together, and I'll show you what it looks like. So the really nice thing about this scrub, aside from its simplicity and 2 or 3 ingredients, is that it's so customizable. So if you have essential oils, you can add whichever kind of flavor or scent you like and that really speaks to you at the moment. You can just add vanilla from your kitchen cabinet if you have that, or other extracts if you have other extracts that you enjoy the scent of. And then you can add as much or as little of that scent as you like. So I've mixed it all together and I've given it the smell test. So here is our body scrub. And the nice part about that, you can even make it a little more fine if you want. Add more fine sugar. You can add more oil if you like a little looser consistency. And then you just take it, scrub it on your hands. Mindful Lemonade smells delicious and summery. So I hope you enjoyed this and you make it at home. Let me know how it turns out. 2 more things that I wanted to mention were storage. So you might not use it all that first go, and it's in a bowl. You can't really keep it too well. So I use all kinds of jars, as you saw from my sugars. I keep old jars. This one's just a little mini one, perfect for a gift if you would like to give this as a gift, or just for yourself. It's nice to keep it sealed up in a jar with a lid. One last thing I wanted to mention is this recipe can be found on our database, creativebug.com, and there's lots of other really fun crafting options on there. So check it out. It's on our website, clpl.org, under databases, and creativebug.com. Thanks for watching. Happy making. Bye.